just in case we do too much. But anyway, okay. So this is to your XML class.
Right, yeah, this is just for my XML
Yep.
class.
And this is the two options you were just saying.
Right, the first option being the root element. Whenever you create an XML document, you have to have a root element for
Sure.
it to work.
Right.
So you can call it whatever you like as long as there's no spaces. It has to be basically variable style, and
Okay.
it cannot start with a number. It can
Okay.
have the number as any part in
Yep.
it,
Yeah.
but it
Gotcha.
cannot
Right.
start with a number.
And then
And that's the same with anything in XML.
okay. And then it's going to be case sensitive too, correct? Later on.
Absolutely,
Yep.
100% case sensitive.
Yep. Okay.
So anything XML is you have to
Yep.
deal with case sensitivity. There's a way that you can defeat that, but it's not real simple.
Yep.
So first input is the root element. Second input is if you want to have it, say you don't want to have it the same name as your root element, or you want to have it in a different directory, you can just put the name of the file that you want to be created as the second input.
Okay. The path to the file.
Yeah, the path to
Right.
the file, and that can be a one of these type of paths, just like a sub of the current folder, or it can be a full path.
Yep.
Which you normally want to kind of, if you're doing something to distribute, you don't want to do. Because
sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Right.
Okay. So the next thing is creating a node down on line 12.
Yep.
Okay, so node : equals, and that can be anything. It's just a variable or an object name. This can be, it can be 2 node 4, the number 2 node and then a number 4, whatever. It's an AutoHotkey based, so it doesn't matter what that is. Then my XML is a callback to the XML instance that you made on line 4. Then .add is just adding a new element or a new node element.
Okay.
So now the first thing is the path to the new, if you look at line 6, it says path of the new element you wish to create. That can be anything, any which way you want it to be. So you see how I have it my/new/path.
Yeah.
What that's going to do is it's going to go under the root element, create a node called my. Under that, create a new or a node called new, and under that, path.
So even if like I wanted to actually, in reality, I wanted to create path.
Right.
And my and new didn't exist, but I don't have to declare them separately. I can just do it in one.
All in one shot.
Awesome.
Right. So that will take care of all of that. But, just be careful, because if you have, well, actually, I'm not real sure, but we can get into that later. So that will create the directory or the XML structure with my new path. So then if you want to put attributes in with the path, you just make a standard associative array with the name of the attribute and then the attribute's value.
Yeah.
Okay, then after that, if you want it to have a text value, just be careful, because if you put a text value in on something you plan on doing a child node of, it can kind of make it a little messy. So if you've got, like, say, my new path, if you go to my new and you put a text node and then path is the next under it, it can make it look funny, and we'll explore that here in a few minutes. But anyway, you can add a text value there, or you can do it a different way, which I can also show you.
Okay.
And then the last thing is a duplicate. I have it set to 0 because I don't want it to keep duplicating.
Okay.
But if you want to create my new path, that structure, but you want to have 75 paths under it, if you have that set to 0 or you don't set it, it will keep overwriting the my new path, and it won't add another one.
Yeah, okay.
So if you change that to 1, then it'll keep adding that structure to it. It won't add a new my new, but it'll add a new path underneath it. And I can demonstrate that.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Okay. So that gives you a node object, which is called node.
Yep.
So now you can use this in another place. But what I did was I created just a node below it. So xml.add, same basic idea. You're putting it into an object called top, but you're just adding just a node. That's the name of the new node that we're creating. So once that node has been created and it's under top, then you come down to line 22 and there's a different method and it's myxml.under. So what that's going to do is any node that you have stored, like say the one in top, you just pass top back into it, then you give it another node name underneath it, and this will create that node underneath the just a node that you created earlier. And that also works the same way with your attributes and then your text. So you can pass all of that the same way. Mm-hmm. So if you go ahead and run this, it'll show a message box of what we created. So you've got the my new path, and then under path you've got the two attributes and then the text value. And then just a node we created, and then under you see how it put the node name in there. That is what the under does. It basically creates a child of whatever node that was created. Other than some searching features, that's pretty much all this class does for the most part. Huh. There's like select single node and stuff like that, which we can definitely go over. But all right, let's go ahead and go to line 26. And we'll do, all right, my XML. Now hit enter and it'll automatically put in the dot. Now SS, enter. Now, okay, now double quotes. Now // Now this is the path that we want to find. So let's go ahead and say, let's go look for my new. So capital my / new. Go to the end of that line. Oh, yeah. Hit escape. It's going to. Now go select there to the beginning. I apologize. I should have had you set this up. Open parentheses. Parentheses. Yeah. Sorry about that. There we go. And at the beginning, put an M.
Oh, so wrap it in your message box. Gotcha.
Yeah. So go ahead and run that. Oh, we didn't .xml at the end. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and after my SSN.
Oh, sorry. Right here, right?
There, you got it.
Oh, all right.
You run that.
Wait, is it XML or text?
XML. You want XML.
Oh, okay. All right. But text is, text would have given me just if there was text.
Right. It would have just said text value.
Yeah. But the XML,
so, using SSN this way, you can, off of the base instance of my XML.SSN works the same way if you were to say, okay, let's see, go ahead and hit OK, and OK again. Now, let's go ahead and you can comment this in the next line out. So let's go to another line. And M open parentheses. SSN. This is a function that I have. Enter. Now top we have stored, and we also have node stored. But let's use top. So top.
Do I need the slashes first? No.
Nope, no slashes yet, because we're passing the object in first. This is passing in the object.
Okay.
Now, comma. Double quotes, node underscore name, and then enter. Beautiful. Now at the end of that .xml. Okay, so go ahead and run that. So what it did was it went from that just a node that we created on line 14. See, we passed in that node to the SSN function. So say you've already got a node that has a lot of information in it, and you want to use that particular node, and you don't want to have to select it again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
So
you're
what we would have normally had to do there is go myxml.ssn double quotes / node underscore name to get the same thing.
yeah.
But since we already had that node structure stored on line 14,
Yeah.
we can pass that to a different function that I wrote called SSN. It's the
Cool.
same basic idea, but you're actually passing it a known node.
Yeah. In maybe the comparison. I mean, I think it's similar to where I'm thinking about with the HTML page. In passing the ID, right? I can get to a specific spot in the
Right,
XML
right,
because it's been defined, right?
right.
And anyway, same
Since
principle. I mean, I understand.
yeah, same idea, just
Yeah.
you
Gotcha.
actually have the object stored.
But what? So that's what was confusing me a little bit though, because top is a AutoHotkey object, right?
Correct.
And that's but you've just written it so this SSN function knows the first thing is going to be an AutoHotkey object, which I have previously defined somewhere.
Correct. Right, right, right.
Okay.
I can show you SSN. It's really stupid.
No, it's okay.
You might want to get rid of that
What and the
message.
node name? What? That's where we told it exactly what to get from it.
Right.
Cool. That's
So
yeah.
if you go down to the bottom, SSN's actually down there. It's going to be
Uh huh.
99% down to the bottom. That's actually within, that's the method. But if you keep going down,
Oh. Oh. Sorry. Okay.
there you go. See how it says node and then path. So all you're doing, and whenever you're in Studio, it will tell you, what SSN requires. So you tell it what node to look for, and all it does is goes down and below, says node dot select single node, and
Yep.
then it passes the path to it.
Yep.
I'm lazy. I don't like typing out select single node every
Yeah.
time.
No. That's awesome.
So all I do is I created a function called SSN. You
Yep.
pass the node,
Yep.
you pass the path, it returns the value that you're asking for.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So that's in a nutshell those functions, and SN also works the same. It's you just it's select nodes rather than select single node. So if you had multiple, like oh yeah, let's go ahead back to the go to line 12 and duplicate it. Now put a space in between.
A line break. You mean? Yeah.
No, you're perfect. And now loop, say 5 times. So loop comma 5. Then all right, now change the 0 on the end of the one below to a 1. Okay, so
Yeah.
go ahead and uncomment line well, comment out line 30 and comment back in 32. So go ahead and run that. So you've got 6 total copies. That you should have 6 total copies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, perfect. Okay, so that was the duplicate, which you knew.
Yeah.
But okay,
Yep.
now go ahead and we'll do an SN example here.
Okay.
So go down 32 and comment that back out because we're not going to be using it. So now go to, actually, let's go ahead and add in something to uniqueify each one of those. So go back up to a little bit, and the one under the loop, go ahead and say inside the attributes, go to the right. Oh, well, yeah, just outside of that, so we can hit a comma, and then index colon a underscore index. Okay, so that will give us. All right, so go ahead and run it, and we should see. The first one won't have an index.
We comment. What line was that?
That was 33. I apologize. So go ahead and run that. and then you'll see that
Yep.
index is 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. So we've got that. Now comment 33 back out, and now go to another line that we can. Oh, flash flood.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty hard outside right now.
That's kind of scary.
Um,
Okay, so let's go ahead and do it two different ways. So let's first, we're going to do it from the object. So let's say list : equals my XML, enter, SN. Now in here, we're just going to double quotes, // and capital P path. So PAT, yeah. Okay, so what that does is, okay, we've got a total of 6 path objects, and you could do my/new/path as well. So if you have path somewhere else,
yeah.
then you want to differentiate it.
Yeah,
but
I'm navigating down, but I don't need to. Yeah, I got it.
Right. So go down to the end of this line and then hit enter. Now, while, open parentheses. Oops. There we go. Item : equals, and this could be anything you want. List dot item, open square bracket, A_index -1. Beautiful. And go to the end of this line and hit enter. You can open up a squiggle bracket if you want to add more things, but we're not going to worry about that now.
Okay.
So go ahead and M, open parentheses, item.xml. So go ahead and run that, and it should jump through each and every one of those and give. So that's the first one, doesn't have an index, then index 1, 2, 3, and through to 5. So that's how you would get a list of items, or a list of nodes that you could then loop through.
All right, let me. So here I'm telling it
to build the list.
Has the XML that's under the single node of under path.
Well, anything that is called path with a capital P will be retrieved.
Okay. That single node is throwing me off. Anyway, yeah.
Right, yeah. The select single node it's the same basic idea. It's exactly the same, the DOM path is the same. But with select N or SN being select nodes, it'll select all of them.
Yeah. See, I was seeing SN and thinking single node, but that was the SSN.
Right.
This is select
single
nodes.
node.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me. Okay.
Well, it's nodes plural, just so.
Yeah, I'll go back in all nodes. Well, one or more, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not under path technically.
It is them. Yeah.
Yes. Anything, anything with a // can be anywhere in the XML. Right.
Maybe it's at. Is that a better?
Select all nodes with.
Okay.
With the node name of path. There we go. Because when you do the / and all of that DOM stuff, you're searching for node names usually.
Yeah, I think because I haven't touched it in a while, but when I was using that query selector, whatever, because that's where when you have like an @ sign, I think is the class maybe,
right.
And plus is something else, or dot is something else. But is that so? / is.
Well, like I said, // just tells XML, the DOM of XML, to look anywhere.
Okay.
That's what that means.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got it to where you can okay. So now let's go ahead and do a little more slightly advanced things. So let's go down to line 30 again. And inside those brackets, or inside the parentheses at the end of the item, put a comma. Now, EA colon equals XML dot EA. Now, since we've created the item called item, pass it to that. So just put in item there. So what we did was in that line, we created the first item. And now what we're doing is we're getting all of the attributes through EA. I forgot this one. So, okay.
That's
so now
easy access, the thing that dumps
easy
it into an AutoHotkey object.
Right.
Yeah. Which
so
is
now,
freaking awesome. Yeah.
Right. So now go down to the message box below.
Yeah.
And put in a comma inside. Then EA dot. What do we have? What are the names? EA dot attribute. And then comma. And then EA dot index. This should be enough. Okay, so go ahead and run that. So the first time it loops, it's only going to show the index.xml and the value of attribute, which is attribute equals value. Since there is no index in this one, then it's blank. Hit OK. Now, the value is going to be the same, obviously, because the value of attribute is always going to be value. But now you've got a 1 for the index, and that will increment as you go along.
And that's because okay. I called it EA. I was getting just because I saw the EA here and it was throwing me, but I've stored it. I created this EA object.
Right. You can call that whatever you like.
Yeah, and these. Yeah.
And the dot whatever is the name of that attribute within that node.
Right.
So the EA just makes, perfect. You can change that to object or whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I get it. Yeah, and that was, again, like obviously you wrote these because that it really makes it very
it saves
convenient.
a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is how you can do this. Now let's go ahead and build the, the list in a different way so that you can see that there is a different way to build the list. Okay, so we don't want that. So let's go ahead and comment out line 29. Okay, now go to the end of that line and hit enter, get a new line. Now let's go ahead and say node colon equals. Let's go at myxml.ssn. And then inside here, we're going to double quotes // and then we're going to say capital my capital new / capital new. I apologize. Just put a / between my and new. Okay, so what we're doing is we're grabbing the node above the path list. So go to the end of here and hit enter. Now list colon equals SN, enter. Now the node is going to be node because we called it node, comma, double quotes, capital P path. Okay. Now when you run that, it should be identical. So go ahead and run that. So you've got the same information. We're just building it in two different ways. So remember how we used the top above because we created that node and we wanted to remember that node. That's the same thing we did basically on line 30 is we went...
my LinkedIn stuff.
You ran out of LinkedIn stuff.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So basically, what we did was we grabbed the node above, and then we did the search for that path. So you don't have to go myxml.sn and then put the path in there. You can also use the sn function that I made and pass a known path or a known object and then get the path from that.
Hmm.
So you don't have to always go from the myxml. You can, it's not a problem, but
Mm-hmm.
if down the road you have, the root of a certain thing that you just want to use that root and not have to keep searching for it or not have to keep calling back to it
Mm-hmm.
from the main class or the main instance, you can do it this way as well. It's basically the same idea, just you're doing it in a slightly different way.
Mm-hmm.
So just something to be aware of. It's 99% of the time you're going to be using line 29's the way that line 29 works.
Okay.
But there may be a certain instance that I just wanted to show you that you
Yep.
can do it in a different way.
Yep.
So that is okay. Now let's do something interesting. Let's go ahead and comment out 29, 31, 32, 33. Beautiful. Okay, now let's go onto its own line. And M open parentheses. All right, my XML dot. See, it's case sensitive for the auto completion. So if you create, go ahead and delete that and do a capital my XML. All right, now hit enter. It'll automatically bring up the list for you. So try to keep things cased properly. Just this is a studio quirk, but there's a reason for it.
Okay.
Because you can have like an instance with capitals and then a function without the capitals, and it will treat them differently.
Whew.
Yeah. So now we're going to do an SSN. Okay, double quotes, / path, or excuse me, I believe it's the capital P path.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of that, put .xml. Okay, now run that. So you're going to notice that it's going to get the first one, and it will get the first one every time. So
Right.
say you want the one that has the index of 4.
Right.
So hit OK. Now go right to the end of the word path. Put in a square bracket. Now at index, which stands for attribute index, equals. Now, if it's words, you have to put in single quotes to wrap it.
I remember you talking to me about this, getting it very specific of the,
Right.
But
so if you want, just always use your single quotes just for consistency.
yeah.
So go ahead and hit single quotes here, and then 4 or 3, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So run that, and now it will get the one with the index of 4. So this is to show that, okay, if you just get / path, it's always going to get that first one. The first one it runs into, it will always pick that one if there are multiple paths that are the same, which we did create. Right. You just pick a unique identifier of that one. And yeah, you definitely have to use the brackets.
So index, which that's kind of thrown at. So it's at index. It's always going to be at index, or
Well, if you want an attribute value, it has to be at. At denotes that it is an attribute. I can show you how to get text as well.
hold on. So let me see here. So at equals attribute. Is that what you said?
Right. Perfect. Okay. Now let's go back up to where we're building the loop, and let's go ahead and put text in there. So loop 5. Okay. So see where it says text value?
No.
To the
Oh,
right. There
yeah.
you go. Just delete that and put in a underscore index without the quotes. So get rid of the quotes and then a underscore index. There we go. Beautiful. So now come back down and let's go ahead and duplicate. Now, perfect. So now instead of at index, delete at index and put in lowercase. This has to be lowercase. Text, open parentheses. Now see how it says text, open, close parentheses equals 4. Change that to 5, just, or something different, just so that. Now go ahead and run that. So now see that we've got the text value.
Yeah, yeah.
We've searched on the text value rather than the attribute value.
Let's yeah. Yeah, I'm going to that'll work, right?
Yeah.
And then
So it'll just start at 11, and then 15 should be within the range.
okay. So now I can
Yeah, there's
clearly say
definitely
they
a
don't
difference.
overlap. Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
So that's how you would search for a text value, but unfortunately, it always has to be, exact values.
Gotcha.
Now, you can do something called a contains.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it does work. So yeah, go ahead and finish your annotation.
Yeah, I think again when I was playing with the Selenium and whatever with doing the select all query, it
Uh-huh.
had contains as well.
Right. And
Yep.
this is all, basically the same information. So go ahead and comment that out. Let's go ahead and let's go up to where it's building the thing again. Let's go ahead and put in like before a index plus 10, put in like a word and then double quotes, a word, whatever your word of choosing is. Okay. And actually, let's not include the space.
Okay.
There you go. Beautiful. Okay, so it's going to be hello 11, hello 12, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
So go back down.
Oh, right. Right.
So let's go ahead and message box. Yeah, open parentheses, beautiful. My XML dot SSN, and then beautiful. Now double quotes slash slash. Now you can also just put in a star if you want, and it'll look everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and path is fine. Square brackets. Lowercase, all lowercase contains, open parentheses, text, open close parentheses again. You're telling it to look in text. Then go to the end of that parentheses. Just hit right and then comma. Double quotes. Or no, I apologize. No, it has to be double quotes. I apologize. Oh, you know what? Delete that. I apologize. Single quotes, then double quotes. Because we're going to be sending. Oh, no, we don't need the double quotes because we're sending literal. Delete the double quotes. I'm an idiot. I apologize.
Ah.
Oh, undo that. Yeah, just get in between the two double quotes, hit backspace. Oh, yeah, you don't have that on. Okay, then what did we call? Well, not hello, just LO
Okay.
11.
I missed the last thing you said.
11, I apologize. 1 1. Beautiful. At the end, put dot XML. So run that, and it should work. There we go.
Sweet.
So now you're searching for a partial of that text, and it will find it.
What do you know? Why is this? This is throwing me here where it's
I
blank.
don't know.
Okay.
Honestly,
All right.
it's just a way for it's a way that it's telling the DOM to use the text selector
Uh-huh.
rather than the attribute. I don't know why, but if you get rid of it, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Or at least I don't think it does. You can try it, but I honestly don't think it does. Yeah. Yeah, it is important. Why, I don't know. It's just I worship at the altar of what works. And
Yeah.
that's just so that's how you would find something. And it also works with attribute. You just put in at and then the name of the attribute as well.
All nodes under path, or
All path nodes that contain the text value.
yeah.
And then it's going to be LO11 or whatever you put in there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just making notes of. Yeah, I get it. It'll
Right.
look for that.
Now, if you want to pass a variable,
Yep.
then you would need the double quotes and wrap or to wrap, you know. But the single quotes are super important. Oh, you're going to want to put the
And here's contains swap that.
Comma.
Well, okay, yeah, because it's still.
So single. Yeah. Then close that. To contains open parentheses text. Oh yeah, you can do an at with the name of the attribute you want to find. So I forget the attributes that we have. I think one's called just attribute.
I think you're right.
Capital A.
Yeah.
And then let's go ahead and put in a comma here. And then do a single quote, double quote. Because what we're going to do is we're going to show, well, it has to be single quote first, then double quotes, space, variable. So that's how you would pass a variable in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it has to be single quote, then double quote, and then pass the variable. And that works anywhere. So
I need spaces on both sides of this, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Well, technically in AutoHotkey, I think you only need it on one side, but I can never remember which. So
wow.
Yeah. It's really strange how it does work.
So make sure you use inside double outside single. I think I'll understand what that means. I mean, with the example there, it'll be easy to follow, but yeah.
Right. That's how you can pass any kind of variable to the DOM so that you don't, because you can't just like put percents and all that other stuff because it will interpret it as percent because everything's always within quotes. So I'm trying to think of anything else that you could possibly need.
Writing it out.
Writing
to a file.
Oh, yeah, that's down there. I apologize. Line 50, myxml.save. So what that does is basically saves the file, and the one makes it pretty. That's all that one does. So without using yeah. Oh, I was just going to say without using the one, or up top, you saw there should be some myxml.transforms.
Yeah, well, I've seen it used it plenty of times, but yeah.
Right, that's basically prettyifying it. So
giving it the structure.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't do that and you don't use the one in the save, then it just writes it all on one line.
Yeah.
So if you don't want it to have all of the structure, just don't put the one in there, and don't ever use transform. So it'll all just be one long string, and it does save characters, because tabs with indentation and stuff.
And that will what will that write though? That will write anything and everything that's been created in that XML
Yes.
structure. Okay.
And it will save it to the file that you told it to save up on line
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
5 or
The
whatever.
very beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So now the funny thing is, let's go ahead and run it once. Or, well, actually, go down to where we were. I apologize. All right, Mac,
Right here.
common outline 60 or 50. I apologize. 50, 50. It was a little. Oh, I am an idiot. Comment that back in. I'm a dummy. All right, make sure there's no other message boxes, basically. So, okay, get rid of the line 42 and then comment in 48, because that'll show the entire contents. Okay, so run it once, and it will look like we have it, so that you've got 13, 14, da 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 da. Now hit OK, then run it again.
It keeps adding to it because that loop is adding. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But
It
we
read it
saved
in.
it,
Yeah.
so it reloads whenever you do that new. Anything that's saved, it will also reload automatically. So when you do that new thing, if there's a file there, it'll load it. If it's not, it'll create it.
Mm-hmm.
So you never have to think, okay, well, is this file there or not? It'll create the path.
Mm-hmm.
It'll do everything. So you don't have to worry about it.
Which for most of the stuff, it's also fine and all dandy. It's I got to be a little more careful when I'm doing this kind of without the where this is off, right? Where I'm sorry, this one's off.
Right.
Where suddenly I can be adding over and over and over.
7,000,
yeah.
worth
Yeah.
of stuff.
Right.
Now, if you never save it, if you're just using XML for structure and building things,
Mm-hmm.
then it's not a problem. Because whenever you restart it, you're not going
Sure.
to save it.
Right.
So it's just going to recreate it and
Yep.
then do its thing. Because I can't tell you how many temporary XML files I use
Yep.
on a constant basis.
Yep.
So all you would do for that is, if you just want to use the benefits of XML structure and the searching and the looping and everything else, then just create a temporary XML within the program and just don't save it.
Yeah.
And then it will always be a new XML that you can do with whatever you wish.
Mm-hmm.
But, saving it is more for, settings files or
Right.
data files and stuff like that.
Yep.
So,
Awesome.
any other things that need to be covered?
For now, I think that's a good amount that I can play with.
Right.
And let me study it and play with it. That'll keep it quote unquote simple enough for me where I can not lose anything and
Right.
get to understand it really well or decently.
Mm-hmm.
And then later we can maybe, like I said, tie it in with doing GUIs and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to just cut the video, then we can.
No, because my brain, I'll start losing stuff. I think I
Okay.
got a pretty good grasp of everything you covered.
Okay.
And
Cool.
if I do too much more, I'll start getting confused
Right.
and lose what I already got, and I don't want to do that. Awesome.
So, yeah, we'll definitely cut the video anyway, because